find this in like a anti-right wing, anti-conservative issue. It's not. Christian Zionism has pervaded all spheres of life. You can see it in liberal circles and conservative circles, progressive or reactionary, and religious and academic. It has seeped into scientific understandings of Palestine. As I mentioned at the beginning, Christian Zionists controlled archaeology, they controlled topography, they controlled cartography and map making and all these literatures that are now still in use in academia. And so it should be clear to us in this campus where we have a strong coalition here fighting for ending our university's material complicity in the genocide going on in Gaza, that this complicity is also on the level of scholarship. And the stakes of this scholarship should not be underestimated. As I said, these conceptions of Palestine that existed in the 19th century are still being used by Israel. Israel goes into a Silwan neighborhood today in Jerusalem, which is a very ancient town next to the old city, and digs tunnels under their houses, or displaces them absolutely from their house. Why? In order to create the City of David Park. They're creating an amusement park for Christian Zionists and Jews who believe that they're restoring the city of David, and by doing so, they are displacing Palestinians in one of the most impoverished places in Jerusalem. And so, to do that, they are again using the scholarship that was written by Christian Zionists in the 19th century, which is still legitimate in Western academia. And it was this kind of scholarship, this same cartography, was used in war. It was used to create tactics against Palestinians and the conquest of Palestine. So, I have to skip here a little bit. So I just want to close by maybe opening up the space for conversation. For me, let's wait for the wind to pass. Okay. So for me as a Palestinian, I have been studying in Israeli universities, by the way, now studying in American universities. I always have these questions in my mind, like how do I think and work on Palestine when I'm in an institution that has contributed historically and still does in the erasure of my people. So the question that we have to ask you in the encampment is also educational. How do we really decolonize our university? What steps can we take in ending the legacy of denial of Palestinian rights by this and other universities? How do our academic disciplines contribute to the silencing of Palestinians and the denial of their history and existence? And what practical means and measures can we adopt to decolonize this scholarship? As students and scholars in U.S. academia, how can we actively support, promote the collective rights of Palestinians to resist, return to their homeland, and determine their own destiny on it? So I end with these questions, but also welcome any other comments or questions you may have. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know. I also have a bunch of books with me. If you guys are interested in reading or checking them out, of course, these are my books and I read them. I'm not giving them away, but you can check it out. Yes.
Yeah, I had a question about the Palestine Restoration Society. You mentioned how they had mapped out all these holy sites. This was done in an early point in time. How accurate or inaccurate, or how much fantasy was created by their research, or so-called research? Yeah.
So I would refer you to the Palestinian cartographer. We call him the godfather of the right of return, Salman Abu Sitti, who did extensive research on the PAF scholarship. And beyond kind of exposing the Zionist ideals that constructed the scholarship, shows that much of the stuff in there is actually made up and it's very inaccurate. He shows that specifically by measures and and really well done research. Salman Abu Sitti.
Thank you. That was a nice talk. I'm loud. I want to know about the red heifer and the Mashiach.
Sorry?
The red heifers and the Mashiach.
You say more about that?
You don't know about the red heifers? They have an altar made, and they gotta burn them, and after they kill them and burn them, so that they'll be ritually clean to rebuild the temple.
Right. Oh, good.
He's going to answer my question.
Yeah. You're talking about the settlers that are trying to get cows or like some cows.
They have three from Texas.
Okay. So I don't know enough about it, but there are a group of settlers trying to
What's your problem, bro?
kill a bunch of cows in the
I'm asking a good
Al-Aqsa
question.
Mosque, and they have prizes up. Like if you kill this many cows, this is what you get. And so they're trying to make it a competition among themselves who can like smuggle in a cow and kill it in there. It's a very heretical thing. But yeah, I'll move on to the next question.
Just let that sink in. I got a new friend here. I can't ask questions that are serious.
Yeah, thank you for all of that. I guess when
This is
we
a
talk
serious
about like,
movement.
the early days of Zionism, I mean, I think a lot about like the messianic drive that was behind all of that stuff, but thinking about like European anti-Semitism and how Jews are serving as like a proxy for a colonial
touch
state
me.
in Israel, I think a lot about
Don't touch me.
like the politics of whiteness and how groups can be included and excluded in the definition of whiteness. And so thinking about like decolonizing, I think about how Zionism and the
Don't touch
existence